sits down with Bennett from Most Requested Live Worldwide with Romeo.
How you feel, man? What are you eating over there?
I'm eating a macaroon. I'm in New York City.
Let's go. Does it get better than that? Macaroons in New York City? Come on, you live the dream.
It doesn't. It's a nice overcast day. It's beautiful outside.
Hey, congrats on that VMA, man.
Oh, thank you so much. It's good to finally take one home.
Yeah, that's huge. And so what, were you on stage when that was going down?
Yeah, I was on stage in Fenway Park in Boston. So it was one of the best shows I ever played too. So it was well missed.
Yeah, that's a badass night for you, winning a VMA on stage in Chicago. Now, when MGK accepted that, he said that, you guys have had a relationship way back when, before you were even Black Bear. What were you calling yourself back? Were you just Matthew? Were you just like straight up legal name? Or
yeah, I was Matt Musto, my pedestrian name. Yeah.
Gotcha. So what does it, how's it feel to see MGK kind of like reach these heights in his career too? You guys have both kind of taken off the past few years here.
I'm just so super proud of him. And he's carrying the torch for pop punk. And it's really beautiful. And it's just, I don't know, the kid in me is like freaking out right now because it's all going according to plan.
What you guys probably planned and plotted all those years back, since you've been so close all these years. It's kind of cool to see it all come to fruition. And I just want to tell you, your music is just so inspiring because you make these alt pop records that are so digestible and can play on the radio, but it has layers. It's deep. You can strike a core and make it relatable to your audience. I'm just trying to figure out how you do that. How are you so self-aware? Even looking through your Twitter feed is almost like therapy to me. You know what I mean? It's like what we're thinking and feeling, but half the time when I'm having anxiety, I'm trying to figure out why I'm having anxiety, right? But you're so self-aware and you're pinpointing it. How do you develop that skill set?
I just talked about it in my last interview a little bit. I try to just stay in contact with a few close friends, and I try to stay of service always to other people who need help. And usually that helps me in my own funk. And if I'm in a funk, I just help somebody else. And that's just the way to go. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a resource to everyone. I mean, your close friends and followers and fans. And then of course, now you're on the road. So you're in New York City. Where's your next stop on the tour with Maroon 5?
We have North Carolina, and then I'm home for a week. So I get to spend a week with my family, which would be really nice.
That's awesome. So how's tour been going? I'm sure it's been, a crazy year and a half not being able to perform and stuff like that. Has the crowds responded that way? As they felt, they couldn't wait to get out of their cage?
It's interesting because every night I have to kind of yell at the people, you have quarantine legs, stand up. There's these people that they think that they don't matter, and they just sit down because there's so many people at these concerts and they think that they don't matter, and every person matters. So it's just please stand up, have a good time. I know you don't know if you're a Black Bear fan yet, but you will be by the show. And so that I try to just keep that positive mental attitude.
Has there been a stop so far on the tour that's just been crazier than the others? I'm sure Chicago was pretty nuts that night.
Yeah. Wrigley Field in Chicago was amazing. Fenway Park in Boston was amazing. Hershey Park was well. We're having a good time. Especially
now, yeah.
Me and Adam are just so close, and we might go get tattoos today. So we're pretty excited.
For real? Okay, so what would you get today?
I don't know. He wants to do a spider web, so I might do a spider web as well.
That is freaking spontaneous. Where? Yeah. Do you have real estate?
Adam wants to do his neck, so I might do. I have a little spot left up here somewhere.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Tattoo with Adam in New York City. I mean, this is a pretty baller day. I mean, as you know, and macaroons. I mean, you're having yourself a damn afternoon.
Yeah, I'm enjoying my.
What do you need on the road, in terms of a ride, questions have coming in on our Twitter for Most Requested Live. A lot of fans want to know what you need on the road to kind of make it feel like home, to feel comfortable.
Well, a fun fact about me is that I have chronic pancreatitis, so I don't eat on show days whatsoever. I don't eat at all. So I drink protein shakes like Boost So I'll have like chocolate boosts that's on my rider and Pedialyte. So just liquids on show days. And then on the off days, I go crazy and eat a lot. And so it's just it's kind of like that.
Just carb loading.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, how do you balance, I know you're such a mental health advocate, is it tougher on the road and you're experiencing, different places and new environments? Is it harder or easier, in the sense it could be easier because your brain's always moving, you know what I mean? Less time to think?
I would say much easier. I've needed a lot less anxiety medication on this tour. At home, I'm just kind of sitting there in my own thoughts and just kind of like nothing's really happening. But on the road, there's always somewhere to be, and there's always a next city to go to, and there's a show to put on, and it's what I was born to do. So it feels really good, and I'm very grateful.
Yeah, I felt that way too. Like just being in quarantine, kind of stewing in my own thoughts. And
for sure. I wrote a whole album about it. Misery Lake that's what it's about. Yeah.
And that's such a great project. Just congrats on that. Your songs with, Travis and Tate, that EP is just super cool, man. So congrats on that project.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so, being on the road, being able to just kind of get out of your own head has got to be just a joy in itself, let alone performing and entertaining, thousands of people. Was it weird to not have that energy in quarantine? Obviously you're stewing in your own thoughts, but not having that. I mean, how do you replicate that, right? Like being on stage.
The only outlet I had was to make this music and to keep writing. And, some of the songs made it to Maroon 5. Some of the songs made it to my project. Some of the songs made it to Jaden, the TikToker, I was just writing. And I wrote a lot. I did a lot of therapy. I read a lot of books. We did Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. We did the Daily Stoic. Every day we read a page out of there. There's a few more. I can't think of the names.
Yeah. Well, that's why I wanted to ask you too, when you do write, how do you decipher who is getting this material? If it's for yourself or for another artist, because you're always writing, in your own mind, right? You're not writing from anyone else's perspective, or are you?
No, I think when I take we do writing trips that are specifically for other artists. And so I try to get into all kinds of mindsets. I try to tap into all kinds of walks of life. It's like a storyteller's point of view. And like, sometimes I'm not going through the things that I'm writing about, and I've went through them before, and I'm just able to pull from there.
Is there ever a time where, you kind of pull back by, from giving a song to an artist? Like, no, actually, I kind of want to keep that for myself. This feels good. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes there's ones that are hard to let go of, for sure.
I mean, they're your babies. I mean, come on, they're like your children. You can't like adopt them away that easily.
Yeah, it's hard. There's a few right now that the only people I would give them to is like BTS, and that's about it.
Run with it, BTS, right? Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Could you see like collabs in the future with you and the boys?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been putting it out into the universe, manifesting that for a while. The Army knows that they're about to party with the Cubs.
Absolutely. Is it the most passionate fan base you've ever seen? Like, I've been doing this for a little bit now.
For sure.
I mean, they're just incredible. Like, everything that BTS does, they wrap their arms around and support it. So I could totally see a blackbear BTS collab. I'm gonna manifest it too. Hopefully our powers combine, we can kind of make this happen.
The Cub Army.
Yes. Let's go. So the agenda today, because you're on an off day, right? Tomorrow you're in North Carolina. So tattoos with Adam, and you're carb loading. So what are you eating in New York City? I mean, there's got to be a lot of good food around you.
I had pancakes for breakfast. I only was able to get down one, but I'm having some macaroons and some Red Bull right now, and like I'm not having the most healthy day at all. But I'll go back to tomorrow not eating at all, just protein shakes. So it's a balance. Life's a balance. Well, hey man, congrats on the VMA, so well deserved.
that song with you and MGK, I mean, we're still playing it. We probably won't ever stop playing it. So just congrats on that. Congrats on the tour with you and Maroon 5. And we need photos of the spider web when it's done.
Yeah, we will.
Is it for sure here?
Yeah, right around here.
Awesome. I need to see photos. Perfect, man. Hey, well, thanks for the time on Most Requested Live, and we'll catch up soon on the road, all right?
Absolutely. Have a great day.
All right, man. Peace.